Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So this is the first video of the year. Happy New Year. When this goes up, it should be January 1st. So in this video, as you can tell by the title, I am finally going to try out my new embroidery machine, my new PE700II, and I'm going to try it out on a blue jean jacket. Now, I probably shouldn't have done such a lofty project first on my first time trying it or my first time using the machine, but it turned out okay. The things that happened, which you'll see in the video, weren't from user error. So they were just like, it was from things that just normally happen, period. So you'll see anyway in the end. I think it turned out pretty cute and I was excited to try out my machine, and yeah, so let's just get into it. So the first thing I'm doing here is I want that design to be right there in the mid center of the blue jean jacket, and so I'm just placing my 5x7 hoop that came with my machine right there just to see if I'll be able to get it in there with no problem, and I am. And then I'm going to use the little grid and I'm going to mark the points so that I can float my jacket on top once I get it hooped and everything, and then I won't have any issues lining everything up. So that's what I'm going to do right here. I'm just going to make those marks with my water soluble marker, and once I do that, I will go ahead and hoop my stabilizer and then float my jacket. Now, I did have quite a hard time floating the jacket on there. I wanted to make sure it was just perfect, you know, perfectly centered. So I don't think I put you all through watching me hoop and take it off and put it on and take it off and put it on, but I eventually got it right, and I just floated it on top of the stabilizer. I did end up using 2 pieces of stabilizer because for some reason mine just feels really, like, I don't know, thin. This is some that I had from Walmart. I don't know, I just don't care for it too much, so I'm gonna order some different stabilizer once this is done. But yeah, I used 2 pieces and it worked out fine. I hooped it, and then I'm going to make those same marks that I made on my jacket using that grid, and then I'll float my jacket on top. Now that I finally have the jacket hooped on, or not hooped, floating on my hoop, I did use the basting spray from Walmart. I don't remember what the name of it is, but I'll link it in the description box. I used that and I went ahead and got everything, and I'm just using some of my sewing clips to clip the rest of the jacket together kind of out of the way, and that's the part that would be kind of under the machine arm, so I want it kind of like compact, if that makes sense. And the next thing I'm going to do is just transfer it on over to the machine like you see right here. Now the colors I'm going to use for this are a green. I was going to use a blue, but I ended up using a pink in the place of that blue. But I did use like a green and a pink, and you'll see that here. So this first step is just the tackdown stitch. I got this design off Etsy. I just wanted to try out this design. It came as one single letter with a bow, and it's really cute, and I just wanted to try it out. I wasn't too pressed about, you know, ruining a jacket or anything, because I got this jacket from Old Navy for like $5, and it was just sitting around. My daughter wasn't really wearing it, so I just decided to try it out, and then at least she'll have a little bit of, you know, a jazzed up jacket if it came out right. As well as I had also bought her some shoes for Christmas to match, that I was trying to match the jacket to, and I thought that was really cute. So this is the dinosaur fabric from Joann, I believe. Yes, Joann. I'm in love with it. I don't know my obsession with dinosaurs right now, but I love dinosaurs, and this girly print is just everything. So I decided to use this as the print on the letter K. Yeah, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let this tack it down or whatever, tack down the applique, and then I'll go ahead and remove all the excess fabric, you know, as usual with my applique scissors. So here I am cutting away all the applique, all that extra applique fabric. I was trying my hardest not to have to unhoop or not take the hoop off of the machine to do it, because I had the hardest time getting this hoop like clicked onto the machine, and I don't know why, because I bought a separate set of hoops that included like the jumbo multi-positional hoop, and that 5x7 and those hoops click right on, but for some reason this one I was having the hardest time getting it clicked on and clicked off. So I really didn't want to take the hoop off, but I did end up having to take it off and finish getting all of the fabric off from around, cut from around the letter, but I got it back on. It just took me a little bit of extra time, which kind of irritated me. But yeah, here is that finished, and now I believe it's gonna go ahead and do the bow area. Now, like I told you before, this is a PE700II. Now, for the most part, it is just like the 770 and the 800. It does have a monochrome screen and everything, no color screen and everything. And there are a couple of other differences, but I really wish that there were more videos out there to help me figure out some things. Like, I don't really know how to like adjust the placement of the design on the screen on the machine, so I need someone to help me do that. So if you have a PE700 or 702, or you know how to do that, can you please put it down in the comment section and let me know, because I was struggling. And you'll see later on this video after a couple of mishaps that'll happen pretty soon, I needed to adjust the design a little bit, and it didn't come out right, so it messed up just a little bit, which you'll see, but it still came out cute in the end. It wasn't perfect, but it still came out cute in the end, and my daughter loved it. But yeah, if you have any tips on this machine, please let me know, because there are not many videos on YouTube University, and the manual is so bleak. So yes, please help. absolutely love watching the satin stitch part of it. I think it is so pretty. It's so satisfying and so relaxing watching it. But also at the same time, I don't know, a nervous wreck because, like I said, this was my first time using this machine, and yeah, I just wanted everything to go perfectly. So now that the satin stitch is finishing up, the next step is going to be to change the color out. Right here I was going to do a navy blue around that glitter vinyl, but I decided to use the pink instead, and I'm just going to go ahead and speed this part up, but and that's just me changing the thread. But coming up pretty soon is where I had my first mishap. I went ahead and threaded the machine like normal, and you'll see here that it gets started off just fine. Everything is going good with it, and it'll get a little bit farther before everything goes wrong. I didn't panic though. You'll see, well, you'll see as much as you can see in a few seconds that I put in the clip. I kind of panicked at first because I didn't know what was wrong, but right here is where my needle bent, and then after that, after I got that changed, a needle broke. I think I had changed it to the wrong size needle or the wrong type of needle. And then the next thing that happened was I wasn't able to get the design directly where it needed to be. For some reason it was a little off, so I don't know, maybe that was just something I did wrong, but it didn't bother me too bad. I kind of fixed the HTV part a little. I'll show you how I did that a little later, but yeah, it did have some extra pink stitching on the bow, and the bow was just a little bit off track. So besides that, everything looked fine, and I did go back and fix the HTV part just a little bit, but the bow, like I said, had some extra ribbon, I don't know, extra little pieces of thread showing, which I could go and rip out, but I didn't even bother. It still was very cute. You'll see in the end. But yeah, right here is once I got it fixed for the most part, as close as I could get it to where it started, and it's just stitching out the last part, which is the bow. And once it's done stitching out, I'll go show you how I finish this project up. And just like that, we are all done. I wrestled with the machine a little bit to get the hoop off yet again, and here's the finished product. well, the almost finished product. So now what I'm going to do is I am going to of course remove those clips. I'm going to lay it out flat, and I'm going to turn it over and cut away the stabilizer. I first had to remove it from the hoop, and yeah, then I'm going to cut away the stabilizer, and then I'll show you how I fixed the parts on the front that I didn't care for so much. Now, all you embroidery professionals, please do not come for me for how I am cutting away this stabilizer. I don't know what I'm supposed to cut away, what I'm supposed to leave. Honestly, I just cut it away to my liking. I didn't try to get all up inside the bow and all that different stuff. I just cut it to what I thought was fine and what I thought looked the best to me, and that's the most I can get off anyway. So that's what I did. And then once I did that, I did flip it over. I didn't have any tender touch to put on there, and it's just for my daughter, so I guess it didn't too much matter. But yeah, once I flipped over the jacket, here, the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm showing you right here. You see the extra threads, and right here where the it didn't quite line up. So what I'm gonna just do is try to fix a little bit of the HTV areas, and all I'm simply gonna do is cut a few pieces of HTV to fit in those little spots, and I'm gonna try to affix them to the spots before I go ahead and press down the applique and press down the HTV that's on the shirt already. On the jacket already. So that's what I did to repair my mistakes, or repair the mistakes a little bit, and it did help. You can't tell that much that it was that off. The only way you really can tell is from those extra threads in the bow, and from right there, that little green tack down stitch of the bow as well, which I could also go and remove, but I didn't even bother, honestly. So I'll just let you watch as I fix these and go ahead and iron this stuff down. I am using just my home iron right now. I didn't feel like turning on my heat press or anything, so I'm just using my home iron. But for Christmas, I did actually get a new mini steam iron, which I'm excited about trying out as well. So I did this before Christmas, so I didn't have it yet, but it'll be good to use in the future. I'm actually very, very excited about the things I'm going to be able to do with this. My embroidery machine, with my sewing machine, everything in this new year. So here's the finished jacket. You see right there, I fixed those little areas and it made it look a whole lot better. I still think that even though the bow has those extra threads, it doesn't look bad at all. She loved it. Now here's me showing you the needle. So there was that bent needle, and there was that broken needle, snapped right in half. And I was proud of myself. I changed the needle out and everything and got back on track. But yeah, you guys, here's the finished product with the matching shoes that I bought her for Christmas. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this, please give me a thumbs up. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.